You okay? Don't
Of a stroke.
Drummer!
Trench, on your right! Time to pick up the tempo, boys. Hold on.
This is not happening.
Gang, hit some. Next.
Shani! The whole time, during the
Can
whole
we just
fight.
go?
Hold on!
Everybody get to the roof now!
They got valet parking here!
Come on, guys, move it.
Not fight! Drummer, we're pinned down!
Let's get to the chopper!
We're working for Trench?
Yeah, you think?
Yes.
Alguien me dice, no me confundo.
Come on.
Barney, go, go! Battery's gone! No, point! Point!
Oh, me, Barney.
Hey guys, today we're diving headfirst into the explosive world of the Expendables 3, where our favorite old school action heroes prove that age is just a number, especially when that number is how many bad guys you can take down in a minute. We kick things off with a bang, literally, as Barney Ross, played by the perpetually scowling Sylvester Stallone, and his trusty crew are performing an airborne infiltration onto a heavily armored train. Their mission? To bust out Dr. Death, a former expendable played by Wesley Snipes, who's been locked up for 8 years. It's a classic Expendables entrance, rappelling down from a helicopter, the metallic scrape of boots on metal, and the deafening crack of gunfire as they breach the car. Before you head off, if you're enjoying the kind of content I make, please consider liking and subscribing. No pressure, but it truly helps me keep the action coming.
Good luck.
Barney, looks like the target is right on time.
can't be.
Look up. Who's dead?
Stonebanks!
Hang on. Found your ride.
Time to go.
Go, go, go!
This not enough. You're not gonna fit.
Always Nick.
Sick. Come on.
River, behind you!
Come on. Oh, you stay with me.
One there, one there.
There's too many!
You okay?
Of a stroke.
Drummer.
Trench, on your right! Time to pick up the tempo, boys. Hold on.
This is not happening.
Yang, hit some. Next.
Mysterious, magical. My gun. Sunny! The control.
That's what it looked like. You finished yet?
Do the whole time during the whole
Just
fight.
go.
Hold on!
roof now! Better! How hard can it be to kill? Anybody else?
They got valet parking here!
Come on, guys, move it.
Brother, we're pinned down!
Let's get to the chopper!
We're working for Trench? Yeah. You think?
Yes.
Me dice, no me confundo.
Come on.
Barney, go, go! Battery's gone! No, wait! Wait!
Oh, me, Barney. Pull me up! Kill you! Break! That's what I'm asking you!
Well, I must...
I got this!
Now you put on your lucky ring.
One white wall coming up!
I got the game bang right!
I've got you back.
Here we go! Nice.
This could be a piss poor. They're loaded.
Wake up, Santa. We'll swing around and pick you up, kid. All right, guys.
You're aiming! A little this way! Dad! What's going on over there?
The tank's got us pinned down.
Can you hold it?
They got a tank. Come on, come on. Why not? Time.
Target in sight.
Bro!
Fire!
Shy?
You're not doing it! Come on, let's move!
I'm on the plane. I'm tired.
I'm out!
Mobila! Let's go!
You've been back enough. Shoot something! Let's go! I'm going there alone. Don't.
Come.
Tastes good. Time to wrap this up.
And your knife. What was his name? What does it matter?
Somebody's dying. Come on, Valan. Yes.
A group of elite mercenaries, the Expendables, embark on a seemingly simple retrieval mission for the enigmatic Mr. Church. However, a ruthless terrorist named Villain ambushes them, kills one of their own, and steals a dangerous amount of weapons-grade plutonium. Fueled by grief and a thirst for vengeance, Barney Ross and his crew unite with old allies and new faces, plunging into a high-stakes, explosive quest across Eastern Europe to stop Villain from unleashing global devastation and to avenge their fallen comrade. Hey guys, today we are diving headfirst into the glorious, bombastic, utterly over-the-top world of the Expendables 2-Wack. Get ready for an absolute symphony of explosions, a ballet of bullets, and enough muscle-bound legends to make Mount Rushmore look like a gentle knoll. We're going to relive every bone-crunching punch, every witty one-liner, and every improbable escape that makes this sequel a true feast for action fans. If you like this sneak peek, hit the like button and subscribe. It's the best way to support the channel and let me know you want more. The movie kicks off, as any self-respecting action flick should, with an immediate bang. We're deep in Nepal, a cacophony of gunfire, roaring engines, and a truly impressive amount of destruction already underway. The Expendables, led by the gruff but surprisingly sentimental Barney Ross, played by Sylvester Stallone, are doing what they do best, causing absolute mayhem in the name of a good cause. Their target? A heavily fortified compound where some poor soul is being held hostage. The camera gives us a quick, almost loving pan over the team. There's Lee Christmas, Jason Statham himself, a whirlwind of knives and sardonic wit. We hear the familiar shing of blades cutting through the air, followed by satisfying thuds as bodies drop. Gunnar Jensen, Dolph Lundgren, looking perpetually delighted by the carnage, lets out a guttural roar as he unloads a heavy machine gun, the ground vibrating with each burst. The explosions are practically a character unto themselves, a deep, resonating woof that shakes the screen as walls crumble and vehicles erupt into fireballs. Toll Road, played by Randy Couture, is there, applying his signature blend of brute force and tactical know-how, while Hail Caesar, Terry Crews, wields his massive custom-built shotgun, the AA-12, which spits out rounds like a fire-breathing dragon. The sounds of spent casings hitting the ground create a metallic rain. They're breaching, clearing rooms, the air thick with the smell of gunpowder and the shouts of combat. It's a chaotic symphony of violence, expertly choreographed to make every punch feel weighty, every gunshot echo with deadly intent. Inside, the team quickly finds their hostage, the legendary Trench, played by none other than Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's tied up, but looking surprisingly spry for a man of his experience. The banter starts immediately, a glorious exchange of one-liners that feels like a family reunion, where everyone communicates through explosions and thinly veiled threats. Trench, ever the pragmatist, observes, "You're late." And Barney, never one to be outdone, retorts, "We're not late, we're just fashionably late." Oh, the charm, the sheer, unadulterated, cheesy charm of it all. As if rescuing a guy from a literal war zone gives you permission to make bad jokes. It absolutely does, apparently. The escape, naturally, is just as spectacular. They're running, dodging bullets, driving a massive armored vehicle through walls, leaving a trail of destruction that would make a construction crew weep. Christmas, being Christmas, jumps onto a motorcycle, weaving through enemy fire like a deadly hummingbird. He's all precision and speed, the bike's engine overrooming. As he swerves, his knives finding targets with almost surgical grace. Meanwhile, Barney and Trench are having a lovely time in the armored car, machine guns blazing, the glass of their windows somehow resisting all incoming fire. It's truly a marvel of cinematic engineering. The grand finale of this opening sequence involves a precarious plane-to-plane transfer mid-air. It's ludicrous, impossible, and absolutely fantastic. Yin-Yang, Jet Li, makes an appearance, flying a helicopter, though he's quickly relegated to assisting with the transfer rather than getting into a prolonged martial arts ballet. He does have a great little scene where he disarms someone with a frying pan, which is just peak action hero efficiency. There's a moment where Barney and Trench are dangling, gravity doing its best to claim them, and the tension is palpable. Even though, deep down these guys are unkillable. They manage to get everyone on board their massive cargo plane, leaving Nepal in a smoking, glorious mess. Back on solid ground, or rather, back to their sprawling, custom-built mercenary compound, because, of course, they have one. The mood shifts slightly. There's a new member of the team, Billy the Kid, played by Liam Hemsworth, a sharpshooter with a conscience, who tells Barney he wants to leave the mercenary life and settle down with his girlfriend. There's a quiet moment, a fleeting glimpse, of vulnerability among the bulletproof exterior, as Barney gives him a knowing, almost fatherly nod. It's a rare moment of introspection, quickly interrupted by a phone call that means more trouble. That trouble comes in the form of Mr. Church, Bruce Willis, who still looks like he's about to ask if anyone has seen his car keys. Church has a new mission for Barney and his crew, a non-negotiable one. He needs them to retrieve a package from a downed plane in Albania, a package so important it has global consequences written all over it. As leverage, he brings in a new face, Maggie Chan, played by Yu Nan, a highly skilled technical expert, who, let's be honest, is probably just there to stop these guys from blowing up the wrong continent. The tension between Barney and Maggie is immediate, a classic action movie setup of two strong personalities clashing. Barney, in his infinite wisdom, also has to leave Yin-Yang behind to escort Trench, who has other plans. Yeah, right. He probably just wanted to get some early bird specials. So, the Expendables, minus Yin-Yang but plus Maggie, head off to Albania. The landscape is desolate, foreboding, a perfect backdrop for nefarious deeds. They locate the downed Soviet-era plane, a relic of a bygone era, now a symbol of forgotten secrets. The interior is dark, dusty, and eerie. The air is thick with anticipation. Maggie, with her tech skills, quickly zeroes in on the package, a small, unassuming safe containing a computer drive. It's almost too easy, which, in the world of action, movies, is always a giant red flag waving in your face. Hello, impending doom! You've arrived right on schedule, and doom it does. As they retrieve the drive, the entire operation goes sideways. They're ambushed, not by some random thugs, but by a highly organized, heavily armed group led by a man named Villain, played with magnificent menace by Jean-Claude Van Damme. The crack of sniper fire echoes through the skeletal fuselage of the plane. This isn't just a firefight, it's an execution. Villain, a true psychopath, makes a point of proving his ruthlessness. He takes Billy hostage. Barney, ever the protector, tries to negotiate, but Villain isn't interested in talking. He has a message to send, and that message is delivered through a bullet. We hear the sickening thwack as Billy is shot through the chest, a brutal sudden death that leaves the team stunned and heartbroken. It's a gut punch, not just for the characters, but for the audience. Poor Billy, he just wanted to retire. Who knew being an expendable came with such terrible retirement plans? Villain, a man clearly unburdened by empathy, leaves a knife in Billy's chest, a final insult, and then his crew vanishes with the stolen computer drive. The silence that follows the ambush is deafening, a stark contrast to the earlier explosion of violence. Barney gently removes the knife, finding a small, coded message on it. His face, usually a mask of stoicism, is etched with raw grief and a chilling resolve. The team, wounded and enraged, vows revenge. This isn't just a mission anymore, it's personal. And that, my friends, is when you know the villains have truly screwed up. You do not, I repeat, do not mess with Barney Ross's crew. They take getting even to a whole new explosive level. The journey for vengeance begins. Maggie reveals the contents of the stolen drive. A map to 5 tons of weapons-grade plutonium hidden in an old Soviet mine. Villain plans to sell it, and the potential for global catastrophe is immense. Barney's mission now has 2 prongs: stop Villain and avenge Billy. The team, still reeling from the loss, is more united than ever. We see them traveling, the landscape still harsh and unforgiving, mirroring their internal states. The dialogue is sparser now, punctuated by the growls of engines and the occasional weary sigh. There's a grim determination in their eyes. This isn't just about saving the world, it's about honoring a fallen brother. It's like a really dangerous road trip, but instead of sing-alongs, they're probably just plotting how many ways they can dismember their enemies. Their pursuit takes them to a desolate, war-torn village, a ghost town scarred by conflict. It's here they get their first real lead on Villain's operations. The village is being used by Villain's men, who are forcing the locals into slave labor, extracting the deadly plutonium from the derelict mine. The discovery ignites a fresh wave of fury in Barney and his crew. They're not just mercenaries, they're the good bad guys, and exploiting innocent people is a line they won't tolerate. The sounds of distant picks and shovels, the low murmurs of forced labor, create a palpable sense of injustice. As they scout the area, setting up their sniper positions and planning their approach, they suddenly find themselves in another skirmish. Villain's goons appear, well-armed and numerous. The crack, crack, crack of gunfire erupts again, the dust kicking up around their feet. Just when it looks like they might be overwhelmed, a lone figure appears from the shadows, dispatching the enemy with shocking efficiency. It's a blur of movement, a few swift, silent takedowns, and suddenly the immediate threat is gone. This mysterious savior is Booker, played by Chuck Norris, the legendary lone wolf. He's a man of few words but devastating actions. His entrance is nothing short of iconic, a quiet, almost spiritual appearance that instantly tips the scales. He's like a desert mirage that happens to be an expert in martial arts and firearms. Barney, ever the sarcastic one, quips something about hearing he was bitten by a cobra, and after 5 days of excruciating pain, the cobra died. Booker just gives a wry, knowing smile. The air around him practically hums with understated power. He tells Barney he's just cleaning up, a simple phrase that carries immense weight given the piles of bad guys now lying unconscious, or worse. He gives them a subtle nod of approval, a silent acknowledgement of their shared purpose, before melting back into the landscape as mysteriously as he appeared. He's like the ultimate guest star, drops in, saves the day, and then leaves before you can ask for an autograph. Refreshed by Booker's assistance and fueled by the horrifying discovery of the forced labor, the Expendables prepare for their next move, infiltrating the mine. Maggie, with her technological prowess, provides crucial intel on the mine's layout and the security measures. The team moves in under the cover of darkness, the only sounds being the soft crunch of their boots on gravel and the distant rhythmic clang of the mine machinery. The air is cold, industrial, carrying the faint metallic scent of ore and a disturbing hint of something more dangerous. The infiltration is a masterclass in controlled chaos. Toll road sets charges with quiet precision, the small click of the detonator, a harbinger of the larger boom to come. Gunner, ever the enthusiast, practically vibrates with anticipation, his eyes gleaming in the dim light. They use stealth initially, moving through tight corridors, the tension building with every creak of metal, every drip of water echoing in the cavernous space. The claustrophobia is almost palpable, a stark contrast to the wide-open battlefields they usually inhabit. Then the first explosion. Not a massive one, but a strategic breach, a sharp crump that signals the end of subtlety. From that point on, it's a full-on assault. The Expendables unleash their signature brand of destruction within the confines of the mine. Gunner, with a gleeful shout, opens fire with his heavy weapon, the muzzle flash momentarily illuminating the dark tunnels. The ricochet of bullets off rock and metal creates a brutal symphony. Hail Caesar lays down suppressing fire with his AA-12. The ka-chunk of the pump action and the explosive impact of the rounds on enemy combatants. The rescue of the villagers is intertwined with the fight. The team systematically clears paths, shouting instructions, guiding the terrified civilians to safety. The cries of the freed prisoners, a mix of fear and desperate hope, add a layer of emotional urgency to the relentless action. Barney and Christmas move like seasoned predators, clearing corridors with brutal efficiency. Christmas's knives are a blur, finding weak points with silent precision. Barney's pistol cracks, each shot deliberate and deadly. The sounds are a mix of human struggle, grunts, shouts, the desperate scramble of feet, and mechanical warfare. Maggie, despite not being a frontline fighter, proves invaluable. She's hacking systems, disabling traps, and rerouting their escape path, her fingers flying across a tablet with focused intensity. She's the silent orchestrator, ensuring their brute force is directed effectively. One of the more harrowing moments involves them navigating through an area filled with unstable support beams, the creaking wood and shifting earth threatening to collapse the entire operation. It adds another layer of physical danger beyond just bullets. They finally make their way out of the mine, leading the freed villagers, leaving a trail of collapsed tunnels and vanquished enemies behind. The explosions echo behind them, signaling the destruction of Villain's plutonium operation, at least in this location. They've saved the people, they've destroyed the source, but Villain himself has escaped, undoubtedly with some plutonium, and the score remains unsettled. The wind whips around them as they emerge, a stark contrast to the stifling air of the mine, carrying with it the lingering scent of smoke and liberation. This whole situation just screams, why couldn't Villain just stick to selling knockoff purses like a normal bad guy? Violin, of course, is a step ahead. He's making his move to transport the remaining plutonium, planning a grand exit that would enable him to deliver his deadly cargo. The Expendables, having gathered intel from the mine, are hot on his heels. They realize his target, an abandoned airport, a desolate concrete expanse that will serve as the perfect stage for the movie's explosive climax. The stakes are raised even higher. Violin has a significant army, and this isn't going to be a small skirmish. This is going to be war. The sound of their vehicles racing across the uneven terrain, engines roaring, sets the tone for the impending showdown. As the Expendables arrive at the airport, they're met with a sight that even these hardened mercenaries find daunting. A vast, heavily fortified area teeming with Villain's forces, complete with armored vehicles, heavy machine gun emplacements, and seemingly endless waves of foot soldiers. The scale of the enemy presence is immense, the air thick with tension, the distant rumble of villains' cargo plane preparing for departure. Barney, ever the tactical genius, knows they're outnumbered. He squints, observing the layout, the wheels turning in his head. This is when the cavalry, in the form of Mr. Church and Trench, makes its grand, spectacular entrance. From the distance, a massive armored vehicle, driven by Church, barrels towards the airport, crunching through smaller obstacles with ease. Close behind is Trench in a tank. Yes, a tank. Its treads clanking. Loudly, the heavy cannon turning menacingly. The sight is glorious, a literal convergence of all the action heroes we've ever wanted to see fight together. Church yells, "I told you I'd be back!" A line that practically requires a mic drop and an explosion for punctuation. Trench, equally jovial, adds, "Now the party can begin." The sheer, joyful absurdity of it all is contagious. It's like watching your cool uncles finally show up to a family barbecue, except they're armed to the teeth and ready to start a small war. The final airport battle is, without exaggeration, an absolute symphony of destruction. It's a continuous, exhilarating sequence of non-stop action, a glorious tribute to old-school carnage. The sound design alone is a character, the constant rat-tat-tat of machine gun fire, the deeper boom of grenades and RPGs, the metallic screech of vehicles colliding, and the desperate shouts of combatants. Barney, Church, and Trench, leading their combined forces, launch a multi-front assault. The Expendables cargo plane, now expertly piloted, provides air support, strafing enemy positions. Christmas is a blur of motion, leaping from cover to cover, his knives finding their mark with an almost poetic grace. He's engaged in a particularly brutal hand-to-hand fight with Hector, villain's right-hand man, played by the incredibly agile Scott Adkins. The smack of a fist, the whiz of a spinning kick, the thud of a body hitting the ground. It's a beautifully choreographed martial arts spectacle within the larger firefight. Adkins is a phenomenal fighter, matching Statham's intensity blow for blow, making their clash one of the highlights of the entire movie. You can almost feel the air displacement from their rapid movements. Gunner, fueled by a mixture of adrenaline and pure, unadulterated madness, unleashes a torrent of bullets, laughing maniacally as enemy soldiers scatter. Toll Road is systematically blowing up key enemy positions, the explosions crumping and sending debris flying, creating new paths and strategic advantages. Hail Caesar is a walking fortress, his shotgun roaring, tearing through cover and combatants alike. The ground literally trembles under the weight of the sustained assault. But Villain is no pushover. He's a formidable opponent, leading his Sangs with ruthless efficiency, their numbers seemingly endless. They're returning fire with ferocity, turning parts of the airport into an inferno. The atmosphere is thick with smoke, the air tasting of burnt fuel and metal. Just as the heroes seem to be bogged down in steps Booker again, the lone wolf, making his second and even more impactful entrance. He appears from nowhere, effortlessly taking down a group of Villain's elite guards with a series of lightning-fast moves and precisely aimed shots. His presence is a morale boost, a signal that destiny is on the side of the good, bad guys. He moves like a silent storm, leaving a trail of chaos in his wake. The ultimate confrontation is between Barney Ross and Villain. It's a mano-a-mano showdown, a clash of titans with decades of on-screen experience between them. The fight is brutal, raw, and personal. The sounds are heavy, visceral, the crunch of a fist connecting, the strained grunts of effort, the sharp smack of a kick. They exchange blows with ferocity, each trying to overpower the other, their faces grim with determination and hate. Violin, with his martial arts background, is fast and precise. But Barney, fueled by grief for Billy, fights with a primal fury. The tension is immense, the outcome uncertain until the very last decisive blow. Barney finally gains the upper hand, delivering a series of devastating punches that leave Villain reeling. He ends Villain with a symbolic and satisfying move, impaling him with the very knife Villain had used to kill Billy. A full circle moment of poetic justice. Meanwhile, the plutonium-laden plane is attempting to take off. Maggie, working furiously on her tech, manages to destabilize its systems. The plane struggles, its engines sputtering, threatening to crash and spread its deadly cargo. The team, having dispatched most of villains' ground forces, focuses their remaining firepower on the runaway plane. With a final massive kaboom, the plane explodes, a fiery testament to their victory, its deadly contents contained in the inferno. The whoosh of the explosion is so intense, you can almost feel the heat radiating from the screen. In the immediate aftermath, the airport is a smoking, shattered mess, littered with the wreckage of vehicles and the bodies of villains' men. The silence after the final explosion is profound, broken only by the crackle of burning debris and the ragged breaths of the surviving heroes. The victory is hard won, tinged with the sadness of Billy's loss. Barney takes a moment, a rare flash of emotion crossing his weathered face, as he looks at the destroyed airport, a monument to their vengeance. It's a somber triumph, a reminder of the brutal cost of their profession. The surviving Expendables gather, exhausted but triumphant. Church, ever the pragmatist, surveys the damage. He approaches Barney, a flicker of grudging respect in his eyes, and offers a new plane, a faster one, as a gesture of something akin to friendship. It's a moment of quiet camaraderie, a silent acknowledgement of their shared history and unlikely bond. The camaraderie among these grizzled warriors is truly something special, a testament to the idea that even in a world of explosions and flying bullets, loyalty still means something. They are, after all, a family, albeit one that expresses its affection through synchronized demolition. The film concludes with the Expendables, including Maggie, now fully integrated into the team, flying off in their shiny new plane, leaving the ruined airport behind. The sun sets, casting long shadows. As their plane soars into the distance, a symbol of their enduring spirit and their readiness for the next adventure. The credits roll, leaving us with the lingering echoes of gunfire, explosions, and the promise that these legends will be back for more. It's a classic action movie ending. The heroes ride off into the sunset, leaving a trail of destruction and justice in their wake, probably already planning their next mission over a plate of very large steaks. And you know what? We wouldn't have it any other way. This movie, for all its pyrotechnics and machismo, actually touches on deeper themes of loyalty, brotherhood, and the profound cost of violence. While the surface is all spectacle and explosions, beneath it lies a story about a family avenging one of their own, finding purpose in their dangerous lives, and the unwavering commitment to those they call kin. It reminds us that even heroes who seem invincible carry scars, both visible and invisible, and that true strength often comes from the bonds we forge through shared trials. It's a testament to the enduring power of classic action storytelling, delivered with heart and a whole lot of firepower. The Expendables 2 is pure, unadulterated popcorn entertainment that doesn't take itself too seriously but delivers on every promise. It's a nostalgic trip for action fans, a glorious reunion of legends, and a masterclass in how to craft an action sequence that feels both epic and intimately personal. What was your favorite team-up moment in the movie? Let me know in the comments below. Fresh off their train triumph, with Dr. Death cracking wise, the Expendables are quickly deployed to Mogadishu. Their objective is to intercept a shipment of bombs being delivered to a ruthless arms dealer. The air is thick with anticipation as they move stealthily through the docks, the distant clang of a ship's bell echoing the tension. But as they engage, a chillingly familiar face emerges from the shadows. Conrad Stonebanks, played by Mel Gibson, a ruthless arms dealer who Barney thought he'd put down years ago. The sheer shock on Barney's face is palpable. Imagine running into your ex at a super-secret, high-stakes arms deal. The revelation hits harder than a punch from Gunnar Jensen, turning a routine mission into a deeply personal vendetta. The reveal of Stonebanks ignites a furious firefight. Gunfire rips through the warehouse, the frantic scramble of feet on concrete mixing with the roar of explosions. Our guys are giving it their all, the metallic spray of bullets against shipping containers a constant backdrop. Barney, fueled by rage, tries to corner Stonebanks, but the cunning villain, ever the slippery eel, manages to escape, leaving a trail of destruction. In a truly gut-wrenching moment, Stonebanks aims and fires, hitting Hail Caesar, played by Terry Crews, squarely in the back. The thud of Caesar hitting the ground, the anguished cries of his teammates. It's a brutal reminder that even legends can be hurt. The mission becomes secondary to saving their brother, a frantic dash against time, the smell of gunpowder still acrid in the air. With Caesar's life hanging by a thread, the team evacuates him to a hospital, the rhythmic thud of the helicopter blades a grim soundtrack to Barney's inner turmoil. Watching his friend in critical condition, Barney makes a drastic, heartbreaking decision. He tells the original Expendables that they're out, disbanded, done. The silence after his declaration is deafening, broken only by the exasperated sighs and frustrated grumbles of his loyal crew. Barney believes he's too attached, that his personal vendetta against Stonebanks is putting their lives in too much risk. It's a classic boss move, trying to save his friends by pushing them away, which of course goes over about as well as a lead balloon at a pool party. Alone and seeking a new path, Barney links up with his old contact, Bonaparte, played by Kelsey Grammer, who specializes in finding new blood for special operations. Before that, though, he encounters Galgo, played by Antonio Banderas, a highly skilled but hilariously verbose mercenary who's been itching to join the Expendables. Galgo's audition is less about what he does and more about what he says, as he passionately, almost desperately, pleads his case to a skeptical Barney in a dimly lit bar. His rapid-fire Spanish and over-the-top enthusiasm are a stark contrast to Barney's gruff silence. It's a moment of much-needed comic relief, proving that even in the world of hardened mercenaries, there's always room for a chatterbox who can also kick some serious butt. Bonaparte, with his surprisingly sophisticated setup for a guy who finds mercenaries, walks Barney through a digital Rolodex of potential recruits. He's got files on everyone from tech whizzes who could probably hack the Pentagon with a potato to martial arts masters whose fists move faster than a speeding bullet. Barney scrutinizes each profile, a thoughtful frown etched onto his face. He's not just looking for muscle. He needs specific, modern skills to counter Stonebanks' advanced network. It's like a high-stakes fantasy football draft, but instead of wide receivers, they're picking assassins. The scene effectively sets up the diverse skill set the new team will bring to the table, making it clear this isn't just about brawn, but about brains and tech. 2. Our first peek at the new generation comes courtesy of Smiley, played by Kellen Lutz. We find him in the gritty, neon-lit world of underground cage fighting, where the thud of punches and the roar of the crowd are the only soundtrack. Smiley is a whirlwind of raw power and unbridled aggression, dispatching his opponent with a brutal efficiency that would make even the old Expendables nod in approval. He's got that rebellious edge, a simmering intensity just beneath the surface, much like a newly opened soda that's been shaken too much. His fighting style is less about finesse and more about sheer bone-crunching impact, making it clear he's got the physical chops for what's coming. Next up, we meet Luna, played by the formidable Ronda Rousey. She's working as a bouncer in a bustling nightclub, a picture of calm until some overserved patrons decide they want to test her patience. The clang of glass, the muffled shouts, then the swift, decisive crack of her knuckles as she takes them down. Luna moves with a fluid, almost predatory grace, turning aggression into submission with effortless ease. Her moves are precise, powerful, and utterly devoid of hesitation, a true martial artist who uses her opponent's momentum against them. It's like watching a deadly dance, except the consequences are a lot more painful than stepping on your partner's toes. Our third recruit is Thorne, played by Glenn Powell, who embodies the modern mercenary. We catch him in his element, scaling skyscrapers and leaping across rooftops with the agility of a spider monkey on an energy drink. But he's not just a free runner. He's also a master hacker, often multitasking by remotely accessing systems while simultaneously executing a death-defying parkour move. The whoosh of the wind as he sails between buildings. The metallic click of his keyboard as he bypasses security. He's a digital ghost with a penchant for extreme sports. He brings a crucial tech edge to the team, proving that sometimes the best weapon is a really good Wi-Fi connection. Rounding out the new blood is Mars, played by Victor Ortiz. Unlike the flashy theatrics of the others, Mars is a man of quiet, deadly precision. We see him at a firing range, the staccato rhythm of gunfire punctuating the air as he effortlessly switches between a dizzying array of firearms. He hits every target with a calm, almost surgical accuracy, a true connoisseur of destruction. The smell of gun smoke clings to the air around him, a silent testament to his lethal expertise. Mars is the kind of guy who can make a machine gun sing, a terrifying lead-laced lullaby, but a song nonetheless. He's a walking arsenal, and you definitely want him on your team when things go sideways. With the new team assembled, Barney puts them through their paces. The training montages are a symphony of grunts, the thud of impact, and the occasional clang of weights. We see Smiley's raw power, Luna's agile strikes, Thorne's acrobatic maneuvers, and Mars's precision. They spar, they strategize, they slowly but surely learn to trust each other, forging those crucial bonds that differentiate a group of mercenaries from a true team. Barney watches, a silent, almost paternal figure, observing how these young guns adapt and learn. It's like watching a highly dangerous sports team getting ready for the Super Bowl. Only the stakes are global security and their lives. Barney is summoned by Drummer, a no-nonsense CIA operative played by the legendary Harrison Ford, for a mission briefing that feels as intense as a job interview with your toughest critic. They meet in a helicopter, the whir of the rotor blades providing a constant low thrum, emphasizing the urgency. Drummer lays out the mission. Stonebanks is a major problem, a ghost in the system, and he needs to be captured alive to face trial. The air practically crackles with the weight of the task. Barney, never one for red tape, agrees, but you can tell the alive part of the mission adds an extra layer of difficulty to his deeply personal quest for vengeance. With their mission set, the new Expendables team gears up. The metallic click of weapons being loaded, the quiet rustle of tactical gear, and the focused expressions on their faces speak volumes. They're young, they're eager, and they're about to face their ultimate test. Barney, though not directly with them, oversees their deployment, his old warrior's instinct tingling. It's a moment heavy with anticipation. Are these fresh faces truly ready to step into the boots of legends? The quiet before the storm, before the whoosh of bullets and the boom of explosions, is almost as tense as the battle itself. The new team springs into action, infiltrating a lavish art exhibition where Stonebanks is reportedly making a shady deal. This isn't the old-school smash and grab. This is precision. Thorne, the tech wizard, bypasses security systems with the grace of a digital ballet dancer, while Luna and Smiley move through the crowds with stealthy efficiency. The contrast between the vibrant art and the silent, deadly movements of the team is stark. It's a showcase of modern mercenary work, where a laser grid is just a mild inconvenience and crowded room is just another obstacle course. The subtle clicks of their comms are the only sounds breaking their disciplined silence until they corner Stonebanks. The tension in the air is so thick you could cut it with one of Luna's knives. The new team, cool and professional, has him dead to rights. Smiley's hand hovers over his weapon. Luna's stance is coiled and ready. Thorne's eyes scan for exits. And Mars provides silent, lethal overwatch. They present a united front, confident in their abilities. Stonebanks, however, is a master manipulator, his eyes twinkling with a dark amusement as he faces his new, younger adversaries. And he knows something they don't, and the metallic tang of foreshadowing hangs heavy in the scene. Just when you think the new kids have got this in the bag, Stonebanks pulls a classic villain move and reveals his ace in the hole. Turns out this whole exhibition was a trap. His highly trained mercenaries swarm the young Expendables, catching them completely off guard. The rapid thud of specialized tranquilizer darts, the sudden rush of Stonebank's security forces, and the frantic scramble of the new team trying to fight back. It's all over far too quickly. They're overwhelmed, subdued, and hauled away like a fresh batch of cookies from a bakery, leaving Barney to stew in his worst fears. His new team has been captured, confirming his initial hesitation to bring new blood into this lethal game. The news of his new team's capture hits Barney like a freight train, the crack of his fist against a nearby wall echoing his raw fury and crushing guilt. He tried to protect his old friends by replacing them, and now these young lives are in danger because of him. It's a heavy moment, the metallic taste of failure bitter in his mouth. But true friends don't just disappear. The original Expendables, ignoring Barney's earlier orders, show up, ready to fight. Their loyalty is unwavering, their resolve hard as steel. Lee Christmas, Gunnar Jensen, Toll Road, they're all there, demanding to join the rescue. It's a reunion forged in fire, emphasizing that some bonds can never truly be broken, especially when there's an enemy to be brutally dispatched. With the old team back in the fold, Barney expands his circle, bringing in more heavy hitters. He calls in Trench, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and even the enigmatic Yin Yang, played by Jet Li, making an appearance from his previous engagement. It's like a superhero team-up, but with more wrinkles and a lot more firepower. Even Galgo, the enthusiastic mercenary from earlier, insists on joining, his relentless chatter adding a surprisingly comforting hum to the otherwise grim proceedings. The air crackles with renewed determination as this motley, multi-generational crew begins to plan their assault. A perfect storm of experience, brute force, and sheer, unwavering loyalty. The combined might of this ragtag army makes the thrum of their war machines feel like a battle hymn. As the ground assault begins, Drummer, never one to just sit on the sidelines, takes to the skies in a powerful military helicopter. The deafening roar of the rotors beats down on Stonebanks' compound, signaling the impending doom for anyone standing in the way of the Expendables. His aerial support is critical, clearing pathways and softening defenses, providing cover with precise, explosive bursts of gunfire. It's a symphony of controlled chaos, with Drummer conducting from above. The metallic whir of the helicopter's miniguns is a terrifying sound for the enemy and a sweet, sweet melody for our heroes, ensuring their ground advance is as devastating as possible. The full force of the Expendables, old and new, descends upon Stonebanks' heavily fortified compound. This isn't a subtle infiltration. This is a declaration of war. Explosions rock the perimeter, the ground trembling underfoot as they breach the outer defenses. The metallic scrape of their boots on the broken concrete, the guttural shouts of battle, and the incessant crackle of gunfire blend into a terrifying symphony of destruction. Each member a master of their craft moves with deadly purpose, navigating the maze of Stonebanks' defenses. It's a relentless surge forward, a wave of unstoppable force meeting an immovable object, and you just know the object is about to get very, very moved. The compound erupts into a full-blown war zone. Gunner unleashes a torrent of lead, his booming laugh echoing amidst the explosions. Lee Christmas, a blur of knives and fists, slices through enemies with terrifying speed. Toll, Rode, and Hail Caesar provide heavy weapon support, the thud of their automatic fire deafening. Dr. Death, surprisingly agile for an 8-year prison stint, moves with a fluid, lethal grace. The ground shakes with explosions. The air vibrates with the whoosh of bullets, and the screams of Stonebanks' men become a grim backdrop. It's a beautiful ballet of destruction, choreographed by the best in the business. No subtle chess moves here, just a whole lot of checkmate with extreme prejudice. Through the smoke and fire, the old Expendables finally reach the holding cells where the new team is imprisoned. The relief on the young faces, initially stunned, quickly turns to determination as they are freed. There's a brief knowing glance between the two generations. A silent acknowledgement of respect and shared purpose. With a metallic clang of the cell doors being ripped open, Smiley, Luna, Thorn, and Mars are back in the fight. The thud of their feet hitting the ground, the immediate grabbing of weapons, and the surge of adrenaline are palpable. They're no longer just captives. They're unleashed, ready to repay Stonebanks for his treachery with extreme prejudice. With both teams united, the battle for Stonebanks' compound intensifies. The old guard's brutal efficiency merges with the new blood's agility and tech prowess. Smiley's raw power perfectly complements Gunner's heavy firepower. Luna's martial arts expertise flows seamlessly alongside Lee Christmas's knife work. Thorn hacks systems. Mars provides precision fire, while the veterans lay waste with their classic, no-holds-barred approach. The whoosh of grappling hooks, the metallic clang of a well-placed punch, the deafening roar of coordinated explosions. It's a masterclass in controlled chaos. Stonebanks' men find themselves caught between a rock and a hard place. Or more accurately, between a vintage tank and a drone strike, with no hope of escape. Realizing his defeat is imminent, Stonebanks, ever the petulant villain, decides that if he can't have his compound, no one can. He activates a self-destruct sequence, triggering charges that begin to tear the building apart. The guttural rumble of collapsing structures, the metallic groans of twisting rebar, and the frantic shouts of both allies and enemies signal the compound's rapid disintegration. It's a race against time, with the ground shaking beneath their feet and debris raining down from above. The whoosh of escaping dust and the chilling crack of breaking concrete create a truly claustrophobic atmosphere. Even for the Expendables, this is a whole new level of things going sideways. As the building crumbles around them, the Expendables launch a desperate last-ditch evacuation. Drummer, ever the hero, brings his helicopter right into the chaos, hovering precariously close to the collapsing structure as the team scrambles aboard. The deafening roar of the helicopter blades mixes with the thundering boom of explosions and the metallic shriek of twisting metal. Some leap, some rappel, others just plain run for their lives, dodging falling debris and hostile fire. It's a truly cinematic escape, a visceral ballet of survival against insurmountable odds, proving that sometimes even the most hardened mercenaries need a little airlift from a friendly face, or at least a very good pilot. Amidst the dust and destruction, the inevitable happens. Barney Ross finally comes face to face with Conrad Stonebanks for their ultimate showdown. This isn't just a fight. It's the culmination of years of betrayal, anger, and personal vendetta. The thud of their fists connecting, the grunts of exertion, the metallic taste of blood in the air. It's a raw, visceral brawl. Stonebanks, a master of psychological warfare, tries to get under Barney's skin, but Barney's resolve is ironclad. The sounds of their struggle are intense, each blow carrying the weight of their history. It's a clash of titans, and only one can walk away from this incredibly personal, brutal ballet of violence. After a grueling, bone-jarring battle, Barney delivers the final, decisive blow to Stonebanks. There's a moment of grim satisfaction on Barney's face, the metallic tang of justice finally served. The once mighty villain falls, his reign of terror over. As the dust settles and the remaining enemy forces flee or are neutralized, the Expendables regroup. The silence, after such a prolonged cacophony of war, is almost unnerving, broken only by the heavy breathing of the victorious team. Caesar, recovering in the hospital, gives a thumbs up, signaling his return. The new blood has proven their worth, earning their place alongside the legends. It's a bittersweet victory, but a victory nonetheless. With Stonebanks defeated and Caesar on the mend, the entire Expendables crew, old and new, plus Galgo, of course, gathers for a much-deserved celebration. The clinking of glasses, the hearty laughter, and the sense of camaraderie are palpable. It's more than just a team. It's a family, bound by shared battles and unwavering loyalty. The young guns have earned their stripes, seamlessly integrated into the grizzled ranks of the veterans. Barney, ever stoic, even manages a rare smile surrounded by his extended, highly lethal family. It's a testament to the enduring spirit of these mercenaries, ready for whatever the world throws at them next. Probably with a few more explosions and some classic one-liners. And so, as the credits roll on The Expendables 3, we're left with a powerful message about legacy, resilience, and the evolving face of heroism. It's a reminder that true strength isn't just about brawn or youthful vigor. It's about the wisdom of experience, the courage to adapt, and the unwavering bond of a team that transcends generations. The old guard paved the way, and the new blood is ready to carry the torch, ensuring that the spirit of the Expendables lives on. In a world constantly seeking new heroes, perhaps the greatest strength lies in uniting the best of both worlds, recognizing that, while times change, the need for courage and camaraderie remains eternal. What an epic ride.